My name is Mario Matos. I am from the Dominican Republic, and I am in the Computer Professionals programs program in Maharishi International University. Well, I would say I see myself as a as a common common guy, just a normal person, I would say. How important is identity to me? Um, I say I think you change with experiences in life. So um, I think at a certain point in time, you might have like an identity, but that might change depending on the experiences that you have in life. So I see it as an important thing, but also I understand that it changes over time. Elaborate on the changes of identity. Yes, I would say pretty much. I think, let's say, sometimes just the act of learning something new or understanding something from another perspective will basically uh, change how you react to things um, or how you approach life. So I would say that that is how your identity changes. So um, I would say that that happens to everyone, and so your identity changes every day, in my opinion. Um, I was born in El Seibo, which is a small town east of the Dominican Republic. But I grew up in Santo Domingo, which is a big city. Um, I did, however, go to El Seibo every summer, so I that's something that remember fondly about my childhood, both having an upbringing in a big city, but also going to the countryside and having kind of like a retreat every summer. Um, I would say I had a happy childhood and I have fond memories of my childhood. I would say pretty much playing baseball. So in the Dominican Republic, a lot of people play baseball, just informally in the streets, or and so like if I would go every time I would go to my hometown or in the city, you find a group of people playing baseball, and they will like you can join a team and play, and so I yeah, I remember several instances. Like for example, um, my grandma's house has like a big field on the back, and we would go over there and play. And so yeah, very very happy times playing baseball. What do I love about my country? Um, Something that I really love is just how welcoming people people are. They're very, or I would say we are very sociable, and so people will go out of their way to make you feel like part of their group. Um, and I Other than that, I also love things about our culture. For example, our music. We have merengue and bachata, and so dancing to that kind of music is really fun. And um, there's also the food. traditional food is really good. For example, we have pasteles en hojas, sancocho, mofongo, um, and they're really good. We usually eat rice and beans, like that's what mostly we eat. But there's also other traditional food. I would say mofongo. It's really good. So mofongo, it's prepared with plantains mashed together, and it has garlic in it, and it's delicious. I really like it. Things that I dislike about my country. Um, I would say something in particular is right now. I think it has become part of the culture to have a lot of noise. To have, let's say, loud music in the street, or like in the house next to you, or like cars with like a lot of speaker systems, and it has just become the norm, and it's just really loud, and I would describe it as disturbing. So I also, something that I don't like is it really feels unsafe. There's not, I would say, in my opinion, there's not a lot of organized crime in a big way, but there's a lot of like petty theft, or like you are scared of coming out of your house to your work because you might get mugged, and so I also dislike that. um, well, that's a difficult question because my experience, for example, with the noise, is it has pretty much become the norm. So that's what everyone enjoys. And so even my sister at some point, she told me, you know, if you don't like it, that's like a you problem. So I feel that way. It's just like I would have to do something myself about solving that for myself, but there's not something that I could do about like in general. And on the safety issue, um, that is more of a problem with a problem with I would say politics in the Dominican Republic, and how national policy is run. So I feel that um, I feel like there's not it's also something that has become normal, and it should not be normal. It shouldn't be just something that you have to deal with. How to solve it, though, I wouldn't know how to approach it. Most important thing to understand about my country, something that I tell a lot of people, is um, that it's a very pretty country. It's a beautiful country. So it is good to go and visit. So you shouldn't be scared of, let's say, safety concerns, because tourism is our main industry. And so and so as a tourist, like, you would be very safe. And so it's really nice to visit. It's a really nice country to visit, I would say. The three main groups, uh, as they are usually kind of described, are mulattoes, black and white. And there are, I would say, 75% of the population is mulattoes, um, 15 white, and the other 10 would be black. And so those are the main ethnicities in the Dominican Republic. It's a very diverse country, though. There are many people from other countries that have moved from from all continents, from Asia, from Europe, um, from Africa, and so on. Uh, yes, I very much enjoy it because um, you get to meet many people from many parts of the world, and so and to know a little bit about their cultures and a little bit about their perspectives. Do I miss my country? Certainly, there are certain parts of it that I miss. My family, seeing my family, the beach, and the warm. It's like warm weather all year long. So yeah, I would say those are the things that I miss the most. Um, why did I decide to study in the United States? Um, well, I really like the computer professionals program in NYU, um, and I know that NYU, for example, it's accredited by the same institution that accredits that gives accreditation to different universities in the Midwest, and so I think that's a good thing in here in the United States that the education it's it's really good. It's a quality education. So um, I think that would be the first thing that prompted me to come and what's my experience in Fairfield. Um, because of COVID, I would say um, I didn't get to. I would say I didn't get to experience fully uh, Fairfield as it normally is. I would say, a lot of things like closed down, and a lot of like measures were put in place. But I really like how quiet it is in here. That's one of the things that I really like, and how scenic it is, how beautiful the landscape is over here. I think there has been progress, but as always, there's always like more that needs to be done, and I think it's always something that something good that it's kind of like a priority to always keep making progress and to always it's I would say America is kind of very reflective in its culture, and so it's always kind of looking inward, and there's always debates about the different problems that are in here, and so in that way there's always progress to be done. That there's a system in place that kind of promotes freedom and liberty and uh, you know and the I guess the pursuit of happiness for everyone. So those are I would say those are pretty good values that the countries were founded on. Transcendental meditation, because it makes you it's a way to look inward, and I think that's very important. It's very important to always reflect on yourself so that you can change yourself for the better, and uh, uh, and yeah, that's something that I really liked about MIU, that I was basically taught how to do transcendental meditation, and so um, I've been able to meditate and go inward, and I think that it has been a good thing for me. Something else that I would like to share is, like, for example, through we're going through the pandemic, through COVID-19, and I think it's affecting a lot of people in a lot of different ways. But something that I like to say to myself is that it will eventually go away. It will eventually, be over, and it will be on the past. And so, anyone that feels that way, it it'll it'll pass. Eventually, we'll just like see it on the past as that thing that we went through, and that's